Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Che coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit our website at simhayoga.com for the full streaming schedule as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab. The 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for verification. I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and then the videos are uploaded to my YouTube channel. Taxes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. If you're thinking about coming to in-studio classes, please visit my website. There is a section in pink that gives you the instructions on how to pre-register for class. So it's very important for you to download the waiver and e-sign it. You can also print it out and actually sign it, scan it, and then or photograph it, and attach it to the pre-registration email. Very important to do that for liability as well as contact tracing, so make sure you do that. Today's class is basics. This is a level 1 practice, suitable for those of you who are just beginning or working with injuries. So if you're working with injuries, please make sure that you check in, and if something is out of your range or completely not appropriate for you to do, you can skip the poses, or you can just modify the poses. Okay? For those of you with test hips, you might want to elevate and sit up on the block. If you're comfortable on the floor, stay on the floor. You can also sit up on a blanket or a towel or a book. Let the palms face up, and the fingers come to down mudra. Eyes come to close. As you connect to your feet, let the shoulders broaden. The lips touching, start to regulate the breath by breathing only through your nose. And let your inhale in and out with your exhale. Three arms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer across the heart, pressing the arms into your heart, heart back into the mouth, lifting the heart up towards the sky, setting your intention for your practice, devoting your practice to someone or something but to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra of purification, purifying the space in which your practice shows up, call and response. Om Pavitra, Om Pavitra, 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 Sawa Vashtan, Tato Piva, Yaha Mari, Budrikaksham, Samahya, Vijyandraha, Sachihi. Starting to open the eyes, let the palms face up again, fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, draw the right ear to the right shoulder. Take the right hand to the left side. Elongate to the left side of the neck. And then take the chin toward the right shoulder, bring it to pull gently to the back of the head. Release back center, draw the right hand. The left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release back center, draw the left hand. Chin toward the chest. Big circles, and head in one direction, ear to one side, roll back, opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds, that's your own thing. back to center and pause, hold up, and then taking the opposite direction. And come back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and to the spine. If you're sitting on anything, come off the block, or your blanket, and extend the legs forward, separating the feet. Let the hands support either side, and sit up tall, flexing through your heels, and turn your toes toward each other, and then roll out. Draw in, draw out, draw in. This time, let's draw out, take outward rotation, circling the ankle. So you're moving the hip joints, knee joints, and ankle joints. And back to center, switch around in a rotation, opposite direction. And back to center again. Cross shin and leave the opposite shin on top. Non-dominant top of the leg. It should be a little bit upward and a little bit tighter upward. Inhale, raise the arms high and extend. Twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Now let's check your alignment. Go down past your torso. Make sure you're nice and vertical. Then lift the chin to about parallel to the floor and then twist from there. Inhale, extend arms up. Exhale, other side, left hand behind you, and lift the chin a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's neutral. Inhale, extend arms up. Exhale, side bend. Right hand down, left arm overhead. So as you extend to your left side, ground to your left feet and anchor down as you reach. Take it back to center, exhale, other side. Left hand down, right arm overhead, and anchor the right feet down. Inhale back to center, arms up. Extend the legs forward, and then exhale, forward fold. Now when you come forward, you can grab your feet and ankles to the shin. Also, keep in mind, try not to round or shrug your shoulders, but instead, keep lengthiness to the spine. And then hinge at the hips draw forward, right? So if you don't have a lot of flexibility, maybe this is it, right? As long as you feel the lower back stretch and the hamstring stretch, then you're good. If you have a little bit more range, just keep going forward, right? So avoid the rounding and the shrugging, keep lengthening. And release, take it back up, step the feet to the floor, so far forward. Grab the front of the shins, your feet should be separated about next twist, and then ground the spine. Draw back, so you're opening up the back. On the inhale, lift the chest, broaden, and gently lift up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Now stay lifted. Extend the arms forward. Keep the arms extended. Then separate your feet and ground to the floor. Good. Right? So keep the spine in neutral position and very active. Lean back and lift up. So you're doing basically steps. Lift up all. Lean back and lift up. Lean up. Lift up to one side. Lean back. Lift up. Lean back and hold the spine. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Lift up, extend the legs again, and let's forward fold. Keep the integrity of the lengthening of the spine. Hinging at the hips draw forward, slowly going to the point that you can maintain a neutral spine. Right, come back up again, bend your knees, step the feet to the floor, feet together. Grab the back of the legs. Shift back toward the sacrum, balancing on your sacrum, and raise your legs about parallel to the floor. Right? And then flex your feet strongly. So you're reaching the feet. Right? If you tend to round the spine, I want you to think about lifting the chest and gently looking up so you can take the torso tilt back, from your spine back to neutral position. If you free up your hands and don't need the support of your hands, then reach your left arm forward. Okay. No takers. 2 more breaths. And release, legs forward, forward, forward. Have you guys done working all recently? Okay. So much for you. Okay. All right, release. Swing the legs back behind you and take it back to down dog. Your down dog is an inverted V. Your hands about shoulders width, your feet about hips width, and you should be winding up so that you still feel supported, but at the same time, you shouldn't feel like you're doing a full like a standing forward bend. So there should be equal weight between your hands and feet. All right, let's come back to stillness in your down dog. Press firmly into your hands and shift your weight back towards your feet and your heels. Your heels are reaching down towards the floor. And with that, you should feel a good amount of length through the back of the legs, or maybe particularly into your thighs. On the inhale, raise your right leg up to the side, three-legged dog. On the exhale, step the right foot forward between your hands, draw the left heel down to the floor, and rise up to warrior one. Let's check your alignment. Your right toes point straight forward, and the inside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat. You want to bend your front knee forward enough so that it's vertical to the heel. You're squaring your hips forward, arms up high, warrior one. On the exhale, open it up for warrior two. Arms are parallel, reaching opposite direction. Front knee is bending and rising the front knee over the front heel. So you should still be able to see the inside of the foot. Lift the front palm, reverse warrior. Support the left hand to the left leg, right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle, modifier. Right arm to top of the right leg. Stack your shoulders, one over the other, and raise your left arm up. Now, either stay here in the modified position. If you have more flexibility, you can touch your right hand to the floor. You can take the full pose. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior, right arm up and back, support with the left hand. Exhale, swim the hands to the floor. Stepping your right foot back, plank pose. Top of the push-up, shoulders on your wrists, heels reaching back. Tip forward by about 2 inches, and then bend the elbows for chaturanga, push-up. Then roll over your toes, you have the tops of the feet, lift the chest, take it into your back bend, up dog. Roll over your toes again, take it back to down dog. Inhale, left heel up to the side, three-legged dog. Step the left foot forward between your hands, right heel comes down. As you come up, you're checking your alignment. Left toes point straight forward, inside of the foot, parallel to the side of the mat. Line your front knee to line up the right knee over the heel, vertical shin. Ground the back heel strongly, keep the full extension of the back leg. Square the hips forward, extending the arms up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Keep the front knee bending, arms are parallel, reaching opposite direction. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Side angle, left arm to top the left leg first, stay there, stack the shoulders, raise your right arm up, looking upward. If you have the flexibility to touch down with your left hand to the floor, that is the full expression of your side angle. Inhale, come all the way back up, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, left foot stepping back, plank, top of a push-up, shoulders over wrists, heels are reaching back. Tip forward by about 2 inches, chaturanga push-up, elbows alongside the wrists. Roll over your toes, keep the thighs off the floor, come up to your up dog, Roll over your toes again. Come to your down dog. Inhale, right heel up with hand on. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Warrior one. So check the alignment of the right foot. Right knee over heel, ground to the back heel, arms to thigh. Take your left hand, palm facing up to catch your right wrist. Extend up and then side bend to your left. Inhale, take it back up, switch hands. Right palm facing up, catch your left wrist, extend up, side bend to the right. Inhale back to center, release. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Now make note which thumb is on top. So this is your dominant side of interlacing your hands, right? You're doing something without thinking. Draw the shoulders open, reach your knuckles back, take that to back bend, gently looking up. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Taking the crown of the head towards the inside of the foot, but keep reaching your knuckles up and overhead. Think about broadening the shoulders, like kicking the shoulder blades toward each other, spreading the front of the collarbones over. Inhale, come back up. Warrior one. Let's stay in warrior one for a second. Alright? So, the difference between broadening and not broadening, right? So when you come into this pose, you want to broaden by drawing your shoulders back, reaching your knuckles back, and looking up. When you come forward, you want to keep that broadening as you bow forward. When you collapse your shoulders, you're going to feel like you're falling down, right? But if you broaden your shoulders and reach up and overhead, you're creating space for your chest. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle pose. Now, be careful about locking into the knee. You want to take the slightest bend in the knee so that you never hyperextending and locking. Draw the left hip back, right hand forward. Let's modify. Right hand to top the shin, left arm up. Now this is easy. If you have more hamstring flexibility, then touch your right hand to the floor, left arm reaching. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse triangle. So the right leg stays extended, left arm up and back. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Top of a push-up again. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, full push-up, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Roll over your toes, come forward and up to your dog. Roll over your toes again, down. Left heel up. Step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Left toes point straight forward. Back to ground down. Line up the left knee, over left heel, arms up. Right hand, catching left wrist, extend up, and side bending to the right. So by pulling against your left wrist with your right hand, you're getting more extension through your left side. Inhale, take it back up to neutral, switch hands. Left hand to catch your left wrist. Side bend to the left. Take it back to center. Wrap the hands back behind you now. Take the non-dominant thumb on top. So it's the other thumb. So when you interlace your hands, it might feel a little awkward. Then think about broadening your shoulders, like drawing your shoulders back and kissing your shoulder blades toward each other. Then to intensify that, reach your knuckles away. You're going to feel a lot of broadness through the front of the pectorals and collarbone. And then add a back bend, lifting up and looking up. And then bow forward, devotional warrior. So keep the broadness of the chest as you lean forward and let the hands release. Inhale, take it back up. Warrior one. Releasing your hands, arms to top. Open it up. Warrior two. Lengthen the front leg. Triangle. So be careful about hyperextension on the front knee. Slightly extend as you need. Shift the right leg back. Reach the left hand forward. Left hand to top the shin. Right arm up to the modified position. Now, why don't you connect with the modified position? This is easy. You can go a little bit deeper. Then the left hand can touch down to the floor. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Left arm up and back. Keep the front leg extended. Then bend the right knee. Hands to the floor. Left foot. Stepping back flex. Inhale one breath. Exhale, tip forward about 2 inches. The chaturanga push-up. Roll over your toes. Keep the thigh on the floor. Lift up for your back bend. Up dog. Roll over your toes again. Down dog. Add it on. Inhale. Right heel up to the sky. Three-legged dog. This time, right knee in towards the nose as you round the spine. Shift the shoulders over your wrists. Come high up on the left hip toe. Let's do that 3 times. Kick it up. Three-legged dog. Draw the right knee in towards the nose and round. Kick it up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in towards the nose and round. Kick it up again. Three-legged dog. Now, step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Cactus your arms. Arms are 90 degrees. Palms are facing forward. Your fingers are very active and opening. On the exhale, reaching through your elbows, right? Draw the arms toward each other. So this broadens the back. Inhale, open. You draw further back. So you're really broadening the front, but kissing your shoulder blades together, engaging the back. 2 more times. Exhale, draw the arms in toward each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw the arms in toward each other. Inhale, open. Now, draw the elbows toward each other, toward the ribs, and let the palms face up. And then reach the arms to touch your fingers. Draw the elbows back, as close toward each other, behind you, alongside the ribs. Inhale, reach up. 1 more time. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, open. Reach up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse warrior, right arm on the back. Side angle. Right hand to inside the foot, left arm up. Left palm. Stay here. Just had a technical thing with my headphones. It looks like it's still working. Okay. Inhale, come back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg. Extended triangle. Right hand to top of the shin out to the floor. Left palm to face down and reach forward. So you're going for a left side stretch, right? So this added side stretch to your basic triangle. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. All right, so we're going to add on here. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, tip forward, chaturanga, and hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Come forward and up into an up dog. Hold it here for the back bend. Thighs are strong. Toes are reaching back as you tip the torso back for the back bend. And then roll over your toes again for down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Shift your shoulders over your wrists, high up on your right tiptoes and round the back. Inhale, kick it up, three-legged dog. Left knee in toward the nose, round the spine. Inhale, kick it up 1 more time. Left knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Kick it up again, three-legged dog, then step the left foot forward, warrior one. Cactus your arms. Arms are 90 degrees, palms facing forward. You're reaching through the elbows, so the energy through the elbows is what gives you the extension. Draw the arms in toward each other, broadening the back, contracting the front. Inhale, open, maybe even draw it slightly further back so you're really engaging the upper back as you broaden the front. Exhale, draw the arms in toward each other. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw the arms in toward each other. Inhale, open. Now, palms face up as you draw the elbows toward each other. Really kiss your shoulder blades toward each other. And then reach up, touch your fingers. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, reach up. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, reach up. Open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm up and back. Side angle, either modify with the elbow to the knee or the left hand down. Extend it, right palm to face down and reach forward to the front of the room. Extended side angle. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle. Modify, left hand to the top of the shin or left hand directly to the floor for the full variation. The right palm facing down. Reach forward, extended triangle. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Stay in your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip forward. Chaturanga. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up dog. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Okay. Start to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Come towards the front of the mat. Separate your feet about mat width distance. Take the left hand to center, creating a tripod. Bend your left knee, but keep the right leg extended, and raise your right arm up to twist. Take the right hand behind you, half bind. That's right. Raise your right arm back up, right hand to the floor. Switch hands, right hand center. Bend your right knee, extend the left leg, raise your left arm up, half bind, left hand behind you, and twist. Raise your left arm back up, left hand to the floor. Using both hands evenly to the floor for support. Bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. All right, I'll give you a side view. Now your thighs are a little bit short of parallel to the floor. You're going to lift the upper back and reach the crown of the head forward. And the torso is about parallel to the floor at this point. Keep the tail reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward, so you're lengthening your spine. Both Christina and Vinny, bend your knees a little bit more. Yes, good. Vinny, even more? Yes, lift, walk your hands in a little bit so you can lift your chest higher. There you go. Ah, you feel the difference? Much harder, yes? But your quads are much stronger. Much harder, but much stronger. All right, extend the arms forward and lift the torso and rise up all the way. As you lengthen your legs, lean the upper torso back, and that should give you a nice stretch. And come back to neutral, hands together in prayer, step the feet in. Right, because Vinny has long legs, right? So for you, you really have to bend a lot, right, for your torso to be parallel to the floor. Okay. Step the feet in. Stepping on the left foot, take up the right knee. Tree pose. Open up the knee to right side. With your right hand, grab the inside of the foot and take it to the inner left leg. Now try to go above the knee joint if you can. If you cannot, you can go below the knee joint.
What you do not want is to press your heel against the knee joint, because if you put too much pressure, you can put your knee out of alignment. Then once you have that and you're nice and steady, reach your hands up and out in a Y position. Good. The gaze is to the floor, slightly ahead of you, so you can keep your balance. Now, of course, once you have your balance, you can look anywhere you want. You can look forward. If you want to challenge your balance, you can look up. Take the arms back up. Let's break. Take the right knee forward. Step the right foot down. Chair. Bend the knees. Look down. Make sure your knees are lined up and that you can see the tips of your toes. If your knees are too far forward, all the weight is going to be toward your toes and your heels come off the floor. And you also don't want the weight to be too far back. So just grazing the fronts of the toes. So now you're activating your quads, right? You're activating the muscles around the knees so that you're strengthening the knees as well. Right, so chair is a very powerful pose for the legs and all the supportive muscles around the knees. One more breath. And then dive forward, fingertips to floor, bend the knees, and step the right foot back, palms flat, step the left foot back, and take it back to down dog. Inhale, take it forward into your plank. On the exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Walk your hands forward. Take the forearms down, Sphinx pose. So you want to first grab opposite elbows, and that will help you measure out your shoulders width. Then release your hands. Then you want to see that you have 90 degrees with the arms. So your shoulders should line up with the elbows. And then once you have that shape, press your belly and your lower ribs to the floor. As you make that contact, press your forearms down to lift your chest in opposition. So Sphinx pose. So there's a mid back bend here. Reach through your toes so your legs are also extending. The gaze is slightly forward and slightly downwards, right? So you don't want to lift your chin too much, because if you lift your chin too much, the back of the neck is crunching. Now, if your back bending abilities are good enough here, then stay here. If you want more back bending, press your palms down, lift the elbows up. Then once you have that, again, energetically, belly and ribs toward the floor, and lift the chest in opposition. So that will, again, deepen that back bend. If you have one more in you, bend your elbows, walk your hands back, one hand print. And then as you circle your shoulders forward, up and back, lengthen out the arms and lift up. So the higher up you go, the lower the back bend. So now this is your cobra pose, right? So this is basically up dog with your thighs on the floor. All right, let's break. Everyone bend the elbows and then draw the elbows outwardly so that you can lower your chest, and then walk your hands back and slowly transition back to your child's pose. So Andrew, you're probably not going to go that far, so you can stay higher up here and then just take your forearms down like this. Yep, that's good enough. All right. Let's come back to your hands and knees. So how's the pressure on your knees right now? Is it okay? Okay. All right, tuck the toes under for additional support. Let's thread the needle. So you're in your hands and knees. Take the left hand, walk it one handprint wider, and then one handprint further forward. So the purpose of that is to move the hand slightly further away from your head, okay? Then you're going to raise your right arm up and thread the right arm underneath your left, and then as you bend your left elbow, you're taking your right shoulder and right side of the head to the floor. Now check your left hand. Your left palm is flat, but the left elbow is up toward the sky in a vertical plane with your forearms. So the left arm is 90 degrees and actively pressing down. So when you press down, you can draw the left shoulder blade slightly back, and that engages your upper back on the left side. Right? If you have more mobility within your spine, within your shoulders and your shoulder blades, you might even feel like you can pull the shoulder slightly back in space, and that will deepen your twist. Use your left hand for support. Now, Christina, walk your left hand a little bit wider away from your head. There you go. Isn't that more comfortable, right? So you want to get the hand away from your face so that it's not too compressed. Right? So you're getting a rotation. You're getting a forward fold. You're getting a very active upper back on the left side, left arm, left shoulder. All right. Press into your left hand and lift back up, coming to your hands and your knees. So walk your left hand back in. So remeasure that out. Right? So you see how if you did not move your hand would be right in front of your face. So that's the purpose of moving your hand. All right. Right hand, one handprint wider, one handprint further forward. With your left arm, raise it up and then thread the left arm underneath your right and bend your right elbow to release your left shoulder, left cheek, or left side of the head to the floor. Then check your right arm, right palm flat, right elbow over the wrist, vertical line, 90 degrees with your right arm. So now you can press into your right hand strongly to go deeper into your twist. So you might even want to think about drawing your right shoulder blade slightly back in space to deepen that. Right? And maybe even a little bit more pressure into your right hand. So rotation into the spine, stretch into your shoulders. All right, let's break. Press into your right hand. Lift back up. Walk it back to your hands and knees, and then tuck the toes under for down dog. Walk it back and pedal out your legs once again. Give your knee joints, your hip joints a little bit of movement, circulation. All right, come back to stillness. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. Come forward to a standing forward fold once again. All right, so with your hands supporting, walk your feet about max width distance again. This time, you're going to bend your knees and press your right elbow to the inner right knee, right hand to the inner left knee, and squeeze. When you press your inner thighs together, now your quads are activated. There's resistance. Then with that, let the feet drop a little bit again. Raise your left arm up and behind you for your twist. Left hand behind you, half line. There we go. Squeeze your knees toward each other. Use that pressure to activate your quads. All right, let's break. Left arm up, left hand to the floor. Then lengthen out the legs, sway out your hips side to side. All right, come back to stillness. Bend your knees again. This time, left elbow to the inner left knee, left hand to the inner right knee, and squeeze, activating your quads. Knees are bent, tails reaching back. Raise your right arm up and behind you, half bind to twist. Right, legs are active, squeezing. And release your right hand up and down to the floor. Release both hands, lengthen out the legs again, sway out your hips side to side, decompress, neutralize. All right, here we go again. Hands up to the floor, bend the knees, let the feet drop a little bit. All right, the thighs are roughly about parallel to the floor. And with your hands on the floor, lift the upper back, crown of the head is reaching forward. And just staying here to hold. All right, so this is a relatively simple pose in the sense that other than bending the knees, shooting the tail back, there is not that much happening in terms of complexity, right? But it's powerful, right? Do we feel it? All right, then reach the arms forward. Lift the upper torso and start to rise up and take it into a slight back bend. That should be really nice to neutralize. All right, come back to neutral, hands together in prayer, and step the feet in together. And you're toward the front of the mat. Good. Tree pose, second side. Stepping on the right foot. Pick up the left knee. Open up the knee to left side. Grab that foot and take it to the inner right leg. Above or below the knee joint. And then raise the arms up into a wide position. Once you are steady with your pose, and start to break, arms up, left knee forward, step the left foot down, walk it out, side to side. All right, let's come back to stillness. Inhale, raise the arms up high. Exhale, dive forward. Fingertips to the floor, bend the knees, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, down dog. Draw forward into your plank again, lower all the way down to the belly. And again, let's go toward your Sphinx pose. Walk your hands forward, forearms down, grab opposite elbows, measure out your shoulders. All right, make sure 90 degrees with your arms. Press your belly and your lower ribs down, but press into your forearms to lift the upper back. Gaze is slightly forwards and downwards. Now this time, point the right toes. Lift the right thigh off the floor and reach back. All right, beginning to feel that glutes on the right side and possibly the lower back as well, depending on where you're weak, right? So where we are weak is where we feel the most work soonest, because that's where we are weak. And release your right leg and sway out your hips side to side just to release a little bit. All right, come back again to stillness, reset, belly, ribs down. Press your forearms down, lift your chest, gazes to the floor, slightly ahead of you, so your neck is in a much more neutral position. Point the left toes, lift the left thigh off the floor, and reach back in space. And just note, today is not a true level 1, is it? I'm pushing you guys a little bit because you guys are able-bodied, right? So I want to make sure that it's not sleepy time for you guys. Right? So yoga could be a little bit of work as well. So it's not just all like deep breaths and just very easy movement, right? It can be rigorous as well. Right? So we're doing a lot of conditioning today. All right, release your left leg. And let's move the elbows out. Walk your hands back in. Child's pose, nice and slow. All right, so we're in that back bend for a long time. So what we want to do is go into your child's pose, nice and easy. All right, begin to make your way back up to down dog. So Angie, you're going to hold off on this one. I'm going to give you a modification for your knee. All right, pigeon pose, left leg up. And then draw the left knee in toward the nose, land that left shin to the floor. Set it up by angling out the left knee, left thigh to the side, inch your right knee further back, lower the seat, walk your hands back, elongate through the spine, and then make your way forward, forward fold. All right, so Andrew, just to show you. All right, so we're going into this pigeon. It's too compressive for your knee. So we're going to take that pose and flip it upside down. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk your feet forward and lower onto your seat, and then lower onto your back. Draw the left knee in. Good. And then going to angle the left thigh to the side a little bit. There you go. But flex your left foot. That's right. So when you are in this figure 4 position, if you put too much pressure onto the shins or the legs and you pull on it, you're pulling against your joints. So that is very tricky, right? So what you want to do is engage, actually, other leg. That's your right leg. Switch legs. This is a bad one, but we want to do both of them. We'll start with the left side. Flex your foot. Yep. Yeah, there you go. That's flexing. So when you're pulling against your shins in this way, you want to flex your foot to make sure that you are engaging the muscles around that joint to keep them in place. So what you're going to do is you'll lean back and just support the leg and just keep drawing the leg in. So basically, you're taking the pigeon and flipping that upside down. Right? So you're still getting the benefits of the hips. Right? So when I do modifications, I really believe in symmetry. So even though it's your right leg, the right knee that has most of the issue, you don't want to modify one side and do fully on the other side, because then you become more and more asymmetrical, right? So I encourage people, when you modify and you know that you're going to have to modify, do it on both sides. Yep. So yes. So as you let the left knee fall slightly out to the side, you're also pulling in toward your chest. So you should feel some stretch into your left hip. You don't want to stress into the knee, so make any adjustment that you need, whether you grab from the bottom or you grab from the heel and support. You might rotate differently. So you just want to find a position with the rotation of the hip that as you draw the leg in, you feel the stretch of the glutes and the outer hip, but you don't want to feel stress into your knees or your ankles. Okay, so kind of feel for it. You can always move it around in all different types of ways, right? Because depending on your flexibility, you can go wider, you can go higher, you can go lower, right? So it's just kind of like feeling for it. So, okay. And so you can actually stay on your back because we're just going to come to down dog and take the other side. All right, let's switch sides. Walk your hands back in. Lift the torso up. Tuck the right toes under and press it back to your down dog and walk it out side to side. So your way of neutralizing is you can step the feet to the floor and then windshield wipe your knee side to side. Right? That's really nice for your lower back and your hips as well as your knees. All right, let's take it back to stillness in your down dog. Second side, right leg up. Draw the right knee in towards the nose, land that shin to the floor, and set it up to the second side. Good, perfect, good. So as you kind of settle into your pigeon, you want to allow breath and gravity to help you sink in a little bit more. So you'll notice that as you take the pose, maybe you start out a little bit tighter, but as you breathe into it and your muscles start to release, right? You might feel like you're sinking a little bit deeper. It might get a little bit easier, and then it gets intense again, right, as you get deeper. So make any adjustments to keep feeling for some sensation, right? Two more deep breaths. And start to make your way back up and walk back to your down dog or windshield wiper your knees. All right, let's come back to stillness and then come to a seated position. You can just sit up and then you guys can walk forward and come to a seated position. All right, Janu Shashasana. Left leg extended. Sole of the right foot to the inner left leg. Switch legs. Yep. Left hand to the floor. Right arm up. So, yeah. And reach forward to grab the inside of the foot, ankles or your shins. So again, same thing as we did in the earlier, at the beginning of class. Lengthen through the spine, and then hinge at the hips, draw forward, but keeping the integrity of that lengthening. So in any seated forward bend, you want to look for lengthiness first, and then you hinge at the hips and go only as far forward as you can maintain that lengthiness of the spine. Right? Unless the pose itself calls for roundedness. So there are forward folds where you are rounding the spine deliberately. But in most forward folds, you want to maintain lengthiness. Inhale, release. Keep the legs as they are and twist to the right, so giving your spine a neutralization. Come back to center, switch legs. Right leg forward, sole of the left foot, inner right side. Right hand to the floor for support. Left arm up, inhale. Slightly rotate to face over the right leg. Reach forward, grab the foot, ankles or your shins. Re-lengthen your spine to correct, and then hinge at the hips to draw forward. And come back up, keep the legs as they are, twist to your left. Back to center again. Extend both legs forward with the hands to either side. Slide the hands out to assist you in lowering onto your back. Recline twisting. Draw the left knee in. Keep the left arm out to a T and twist to the right. Right hand to outer left leg and twist. So you want to keep the left arm, left shoulder blades flat to the floor because they're anchoring you down. And you're rolling to the outer right leg, outer right hip to twist. So you can bend that left knee a little bit more. Left knee, yeah, that's right. You can just let that left leg release a little bit. Take it back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist the other direction. Come back to center, hug both knees in. Coming back to a left and right symmetry as you draw the knees in, stretching your lower back. Then go ahead, gently release the feet to the floor and slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Let the feet separate, your toes are turned out. Palms facing up, arms alongside the body. Let the shoulders release, let the head release, eyes are closed. Breath is gentle, and let it all go. Let the floor support. Begin to draw the breath back in. Start to move the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite direction. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale from hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for joining me and sharing the practice with me. I appreciate your time. Please visit again my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle, Simha Yoga Lab. And the 4-digit ID code is 8096, and costs are $10. If you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. And I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and the videos are then uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. All right, thank you for your time. Be well, take care. I will see you soon.